So tell me about this book club that you started.
Oh man, this book club it has been great. I've had it going for 7 years now. Started in 2013 when I was with the Milwaukee Bucks, and just one day I was talking with the media relations, Dan Smeechek, and we were just trying to come up with a unique way to interact with the fans. And somehow we got onto a book club. It was different. It was something I never was really into as growing up, and then at that point it just took off. So we read all type of books, and all of our discussions are on Twitter using the hashtag Ekpe's Book Club. So it's been fun. I usually tweet out a sign up link. They sign up, then I usually send out an average of 25 books, and then I'll send out a reading discussion. The reading pages and then the discussion times, and we get on Twitter and we have a good time.
Do you remember the first book that you guys read?
The Last Lecture by Robert Posh. Yes, that was a good one, and that one was recommended to me by Lloyd Pierce, who's the coach for the Atlanta Hawks, who is doing a tremendous job as well with everything going on right now.
And what was the last book in your last book club? And when was your last book club meeting? And what book did you guys read?
Our last meeting was Thursday night, this past Thursday, and we're reading The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but we have one more discussion to finish it off this Thursday.
And why'd you pick that book?
Eastern. Just because, so usually after the last discussion, I'll ask the members what book they'd like to read next. And if a couple of people put that book in the reply, so I just went with it.
All right. I'm not familiar with The Giver of Stars. Tell me about the book.
So it's about something about the WPA in Tennessee, the traveling library. So it was a group of ladies who were, traveling to give books to the rural families. And the book is around a woman from overseas getting married to an American man, coming back and living and trying to live that, stay in the house, take care of the house, that life. But then she got into the library and things in their relationship started to get rocky, as well as the city. So it's a good book so far, good read.
All right. Have you read Where the Crawdads Live? Have you guys read that?
We did. That was a good one. They enjoyed that one.
All right. I think I recommended The Vanishing Half. Have you guys read that one yet?
That was our last book. Yes, ma'am.
Before this one? Okay. All right. All right. So how does one? So we got to go on Twitter and follow you, and then you'll send out a link. How many people are in this book club?
Me. It'll range from 30 to 50. It just depends on the book and the momentum.
Now, before COVID, you were meeting remotely, so not much has changed after COVID, right?
Right. I mean, since the beginning, we've always met on Twitter, but I've had times where I've done like a what book was that? The Fault in Our Stars. So we read the book, and then when it came out, I rented out a theater. We all met in Dallas, and we were able to watch it together, have a discussion, go to dinner. So I've done that 2 times, and then 2 years ago, I had a series called Authors Talk, where I brought some of the authors of the books we were reading to Salt Lake City to have that discussion about the book, and that was special. That was a good time.
We're talking with Ekpe Udoh, and the way you spell his name is Ekpe Udoh, and you can follow him at Ukpe Udoh. The K is silent. Ekpe. Were you reading this much before? And what has changed in your life since reading so many books? And how many books do you guys? I'm going to throw a bunch of questions. How many do you read a year?
Ooh, as a book club or by myself?
Yeah, both.
Well, for the book club, probably around 15. Some months we'll be able to finish a book in 2 weeks, then we can, get into another one. Me personally, if I'm overseas playing basketball, man, I can go 4 books a month and just finish out what's that, 48. I can get to 48, 50. Reading wasn't big for me until maybe my second or third year in the NBA. And then when I went overseas, and when I really started to get into historical books and the Black experience, the African experience, the melanated experience. And that's what really changed my life. That was during 2014-15 when I was in Istanbul, Turkey. That's when I really took my reading to another level. I'm trying to get to Dr. Carr's level.
Yeah, well,
I
sorry,
tune
sir.
in on Saturdays. So I got to get there.
Did you? Good luck with that. I'm not going to discourage you because we should all have goals, but I'm going to say he has a head start, and those 10,000 hours have been put in. The brother is a marvel. But that's a good goal to want to aspire to. What book changed your mindset? What were the couple of books that you were like, wait a minute?
The autobiography of Malcolm X, that hit. That one hit. And I read that one while I was in Istanbul, Turkey. Then I started to pay attention to our experience, wherever I was going. And then that's what, it just took off, took me to another level. And then The Alchemist as well, with the journey. Just life is this journey that we're on.
I've been talking about that all day, and it disturbs me that a lot of folk aren't working on themselves. Books are like, man, they are transformative, and you get to learn about yourself and other people. You get to travel to places you probably may never go or aspire to go to. You get, your interests get piqued through reading, and I wish more of us were voracious readers or lovers of reading, just personally, because I think it would bring us closer together as people. And as I'm listening to you and your choices, autobiography of Malcolm X, I met someone from Turkey. Actually, they speak Farsi there. Is that? Are they?
They speak Turkish. They speak. I mean, you have
right.
all groups of people.
And that book was translated in every language, and it was an eye opener for her coming to this country. But her father made her read that book, and I think about if you're from someplace else and you don't have an experience in Black America, to go down that rabbit hole of Malcolm X and it leads you in another place. You read The Alchemist, that's going to take you on another kind of spiritual journey. Besides those two books, give me another book that profoundly changed and shifted your thoughts.
White Rage, that was a good one. The Color of Law, let me look over here. Yeah, The Color of Law, that just to get the historic, like what happened to us, and then what was it, From the War on Poverty to the War on Crime? Yes, that was another really good one. I think that one's by Elizabeth Hinton.
Yep.
And the cards are just stacked against us from the beginning. You don't get this in public schools. You don't get this in private schools. You really got to search for it. And during my time in Istanbul and I've been searching for it. So now I'm able to speak to some things that have happened to us, to just regular individuals who just have no clue. Right
now, it's The Giver of Stars?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, The Giver of Stars, Jojo Moyes. We'll find out from Ekpe, and you'll be back because I wanna go through the process with you because I want to encourage more of us to read and get involved. And you seem to have a book club that is diverse. You have great books. I've gone through some of your backlists, nice selections, and we need to start having more of these kind of conversations around issues that are present in these books. So I just want to thank you for you just being you, Ekpe, and don't be a stranger.
Thank you for having me. Yes,
you're a pleasure.